Hello guys, this is the Dinosaur Master, and today I'll be reviewing my Papo Allosaurus fragilis. And I'm sorry that I haven't made a video recently. That's because school's back and I had to do my homework a lot, so I'm not gonna have enough time to make videos. But since today is a Sunday, then Saturday, um, I'll have time to make another review for you guys of the Papo Allosaurus. And now I have midterms, so another reason why I won't be making a video recently because I'm gonna have midterms and I'm gonna be having to study for them. So my first midterm was yesterday, but yeah. So sorry if I'm not gonna make a video in a while because I have my midterms. But this will probably be my only photo review for a couple of days, maybe 5 or 4 days. So yeah. So okay. So let's talk about Allosaurus specialists. So Allosaurus was a middle-sized carnivore from the late Jurassic of the Morrison Commission, which consisted of many Western North American states, including Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. Allosaurus was probably around 30 feet long in length, and was a middle-sized theropod, but was at the top of its time, and was very fast because it had these very long and sleek legs, which would have been perfect for running for short distances and after prey. But even though it would have been a good runner, probably been able to run around 30 miles per hour, it could have only ran for short distances and would have tired easily. So, but it would have been a very efficient predator for the time, and probably the top predator of its time as well. And it has these huge long claws, which few theropods have. But Allosaurus was one of the very few theropods to have these long claws, with three three claws here. While the more later theropods like T-Rex had only two fingers, but more primitive carnosaurians like Allosaurus and Giganotosaurus had these three claws, which would have been perfect for slashing into prey. Although Allosaurus had many different weapons to kill its prey, it had a disadvantage. Because as you can see here, the jaw of Allosaurus, it's very blunt and rounded, and that means that it didn't have as much as a strong bite force as more later theropods like T-Rex, which I'll compare right now. Just find T-Rex now. Yeah, so I can compare it with this Walking with Dinosaurs T-Rex I got, which I'll probably be reviewing in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for this guy. And yeah. So you can compare the jaws of Allosaurus and T-Rex. But as you can see, the jaw of Allosaurus is very rounded and blunt, while that of T-Rex is has a very broad design, and that would have been perfect for crushing down on the necks of herbivores. So that's the difference between the Carnosaurids and the T-Rex, because Tyrannosaurus like T-Rex had a very strong bite force and would have been capable of killing prey by biting down on the neck of of herbivorous animals. But Carnosaurs like Allosaurus had a very blunt and rounded jaw, so but also had these long claws. So that's the difference between large Spinosaurus and Carnosaurs. Yeah, so you should know that. All right. Now what else? Oh yeah. So since Allosaurus didn't have as strong as bite force, his bite force was actually weaker than that of modern day African lions. But instead, a lot of paleontologists suggested that Allosaurus would have used its jaw as an axe and would have slashed down at its prey using its jaw, and that would have been very great to kill prey. It wasn't that it wasn't a the method wasn't as successful as T-Rex, but it was a very successful method, and it would have been a good for killing prey. And what else? Yeah, so you could see Allosaurs are characterized by these two crests above their eyes, which would have been used for display. Males probably would have it probably would have flushed color through these crests, and then it would have made a attractive display to the females of the species. So now that I talked about Allosaurus, now let's talk about the model. So, and this is a very good model. I totally recommend this for you. And I've been wanting this model for a while, and that's why I got it for Christmas. And it's a very cool model, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I love this algae green coloration that's surrounded the body. This little algae green. It looks a very dull color. It's actually not really that basic. Although it may look basic, it's a very cool coloration, and I really like it. Because if you do a coloration like this, it looks just rushed, and it doesn't look like you took a lot of effort. For this looks awesome. And I love the fact how they blend different colors, but this is just a dull brown. Even though it is a dull color, it just blended all these different colorations. Like you see this milky green, yeah, like this algae green, and a little bit of black here, and I love these black stripes that going down the tail. I love that. And as you can see, the design of the skin is very similar to a crocodile, which is probably what they base it off. But there's only one problem with that, but that's an inaccuracy. Because because we all know dinosaurs, they didn't have overlapping scales like this. Instead, we know they had very small pellet-like scales instead of these large overlapping scales like on the crocodile. So that's an inaccuracy because we found a dinosaur mummy of an Manosaurus, which actually had small pellet scales, more like this here, and not large overlapping scales like this. So that's an inaccuracy for the top here, but I do like the fact. It's a very cool coloration though. And another inaccuracy, as you can see here, they did not give it a cloaca because dinosaurs probably did have a cloaca rather than yeah, rather than this. Yeah. All right. Um, yeah, because just like modern day birds, they have a cloaca, which instead of instead of like modern day mammals and reptiles, so that would have been different. So the cloaca, it acts like books, so it's multi useful. So that's probably how dinosaurs you know filtered waste in their bodies instead of having like yeah. And I love the fact how they give you these long spikes going down the body, which there's no current evidence that it had in real life, but I still like the idea. So it's very cool, these long spikes going down its back, and it's awesome. And another good thing about the Pepper models is that you can actually move the lower jaw here, which I said in a lot of my Pepper reviews. So that's really cool. So it's very good for posing and doing different poses that you can do with this model. Yeah, so that's pretty much my Papo Allosaurus model review. Please enjoy and like, subscribe, and yeah. So see you in my next video, guys. And please don't expect another video in a couple of weeks. Maybe you'll make a video later on. Maybe you'll make another video after this if I decide. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my Papo Allosaurus model review. And yeah, so bye guys. See you in my next video, and hope you enjoyed this model review. Bye guys.